name is Lena and I'm the owner of Daijoubu, an anime-themed cafe in SMU.
Hi, I'm Nicholas. I'm the chef of Daijoubu. I work behind and I cook most of the food.
Welcome to Daijoubu. Daijoubu is an anime-themed cafe. It's homegrown. It was set up in 2022 as like a passion project for myself and my family. And we decided to start it out in SMU because it was an available space and it's also right in the heart of the student district, together with all the young people and art schools nearby as well. Daijoubu in Japanese means it's okay, it's alright, and it's a feeling that I wanted to create for people who actually come to eat at our cafe. After the stresses of the day or the world or whatever, once they dine here and be here with us, they will be able to experience the hospitality, the warm comfort food, as well as the ambience that will help them feel Daijoubu. Ask why anime theme, right? Actually, I was inspired very much by my children back in 2014 into this anime space because before that I never really watched anime, I never followed all this Japanese pop culture, but Pokemon, my son picked it up in school, and then ever since then we started on this hunt to go and like search for different type of Pokemon cards and stuff. And from there, I started to branch out and read mangas and also watch anime. So back in 2019, we were introduced to this game called Genshin Impact. It kind of like really changed our whole family dynamics because that time COVID came as well. So all of us downloaded Genshin and we couldn't do anything but play Genshin Impact together as a whole family. It was our family bonding time. I can't remember it was 2019 or 2020. Poyoverse decided to organize an anime themed cafe for Genshin Impact and all its games. And we went there and I was like so bowled over by the experience. And I was like, hey, are there other kind of such anime themed cafes in Singapore? So we went around to hunt for them. Then we have your Sanrio theme, you have your Gudetama, but there wasn't anything that is really anime, which is why then I decided, hey, you know, why not? Let's just start one. And because around that time, I was also getting retired on my corporate job, been working in the corporate line for almost 20 years, and I just like, yeah, you know, it's now or never. Let's just try and branch out to do something different. So I decided to start a cafe, make it anime themed thanks to my children's inspiration and their influence in my life. And I also put them to work. So as you can see from here, this backdrop here is actually drawn by my eldest son. Our mascot, which is this white-haired lady, right, is actually drawn by my daughter as well. So I wanted to use this opportunity to also showcase their artistic talents as well.
I have a passion for anime also, and she has come up with the idea of linking students and Daijoubu and anime together. So my idea actually kind of run together and say that, oh, it's a fun idea, why not just do it? Rather than work in a kitchen that is outside serving food and stuff like that, why not just create an event and have fun while cooking, enjoying talking to customers and stuff like this.
So many memorable moments. One of the things that I wanted to do when I was here, right, was to really organize a team collaboration with games or anime. So our very first event that we had with collaboration with this anime called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, or Tensura for short, was organized in January 2023. Yeah, we managed to get official collaboration with the animation studio. It was my first time working with the Japanese. And after many hurdles and obstacles, we managed to finally get the event done. And I was very happy to be the first one to actually bring this official collaboration to Singapore. Following up after that, also in January, but this time in 2024, together with help of a student in SMU, we actually managed to clinch a collaboration opportunity with a game company called Yostar. And we also then brought the first Arc Nights theme cafe to Southeast Asia. We saw almost 1,000 people coming to visit us over a span of about 10 days. I remember when we first started out, there was this one particular student who came to our cafe almost every other day, and he would always order mentaiko fries. At the time, everybody was masked up, so cannot identify the face. But after, when we could no longer needed to wear masks, right, then I was like, when he finally came in again and he wasn't wearing his mask, I was like, are you the one who always order the fries? Then he was like, yeah. Then I was like, oh, okay. I become regular already. Then later on, ever since then, I think that started a kind of a friendship with our customers. And from him, we kind of like expanded out to knowing a lot more people who actually come very regularly. We started to form this thing, what we call a Daijoubu Family. I think it goes beyond just the food and it's more like a culture that we have built up for ourselves lah. So all these experiences were really mind-blowing, and I wouldn't have imagined that a small cafe like ours would be able to do these kind of big things. Yeah, so that was quite amazing. The funny thing is that I thought that being in this place, I would be able to attract a lot of young people with the whole anime theme. But then I find that SMU students tend to be very prim and proper. So even though you have your like inner otaku, right, but you don't have to let it out. So it was very funny because there was one time I had a promotion, and then there was this girl who came in and she was like saying, "I'm so glad I can finally eat here." Then she said she really loved our ambience, she liked our whole concept, but she was very afraid to come in by herself. Over time, I just began to realize that perhaps there's people who have like inner geekiness, right, but they don't dare to share with everybody else. Well, for me, I'm still sourcing for a new location. Yeah, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, I will use this time to take a break from running the cafe for the last 2 years. Really got no life. When you run F&B, got no life. Yeah, unless you are so successful, you can employ somebody to actually run the whole shop for you, right? There is no life as an F&B owner. Yeah, so now I'm going to use this opportunity to take a break, recollect my thoughts, and maybe go for some courses. Skills Future advertisement. Go use my Skills Future and attend some baking courses or other kind of related courses, social media and stuff that could help me build up Daijoubu further in version 2.0 lah. What parting words? Whichever environment you're in, whether in school or in your corporate life in future, just be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself, and don't let the environment that you're in or the culture that you're in change you. Hopefully that you all will grow up. You all graduate to have the courage to stand up for what you believe in and to be the person that you're meant to be.
Daijoubu may end in SMU, but Daijoubu will not end for a long term. That's what we say. Yes, there is no ending in Daijoubu. Like Daijoubu, everyone has to be Daijoubu. Everyone has to be like.
Thank you all for listening in to this interview, and for all of you regulars who have been visiting Daijoubu and supporting us over the last 2 years, thank you very much for making Daijoubu the place that I have envisioned it to be. Continue your studies and everything will be Daijoubu.